What's up, Texas Rangers fans? Welcome back to another video, and today I am extremely ecstatic, excited, super thrilled because the Texas Rangers have drafted Jack Leiter with the number 2 overall pick in the 2021 MLB Draft. And if you guys have been following the channel for at least a month now, you guys would know that Jack Leiter has been the guy I wanted the Rangers to take for a long time. And at the top of the draft, it was interesting because the Pittsburgh Pirates took Henry Davis, and I was at least curious to see if the Rangers were interested in Marcelo Meyer. He ended up falling to the Boston Red Sox, and then the local Texas shortstop Jordan Lawler ended up falling to the Diamondbacks. It was curious because the top 8 consensus talent, a lot of the guys ended up falling, like Brady House, Cleo Watson, Kumar Rocker. It doesn't mean that they're not top 8 guys. It's just they want a lot of money, and some teams don't want to pay them that money. But teams like the Miami Marlins, they're probably ecstatic that they have Cleo Watson at number 15, 16. I heard reports that the Pittsburgh Pirates were willing to give Cleo Watson under slot money to sign number 1. But going back to Jack Leiter, he's a dude. If you guys are new to baseball terms, that means we got a stud. And he has a good repertoire. His fastball 90 to 95, but it plays up because of his advanced metrics. It's hit 98 at times, and he has a power curveball, and he has a nice changeup and a nice slider as well. But his top 2 pitches are his fastball and his curve. He has solid command, and if we're looking at a timetable, he could be at the major leagues in 2 to 3 years. If we're being honest, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he reached Double-A Frisco his very first year in the Rangers farm system. So he could probably start out at Single-A, High-A Hickory, and if he impresses there, which I'm sure he will, he's a stud, he can move to Double-A Frisco, and that's where the Rangers franchise gets exciting because that team has been playing out of their minds. And that's where a lot of our top prospects are. You have Josh Young, you have Bubba Thompson, you got Josh Stowers, who we got in the Ruben Odor trade, who is actually playing pretty well. He's a product of the strikeout home run. You have Davis Wenzel, another first-round pick for the Rangers. We have Steele Walker, the guy we got in the Nomar Mazara trade. We have AJ Alexy, the pitcher we got in the Yu Darvish trade. Who else? Hans Kraus. The list goes on and on. That's the team that I'm most excited about in the Rangers farm system. We got other good players in the Rangers farm system like Curtis Terry. And if we go to Single-A, we have Evan Carter, Ronald Acuña's brother. I forget his first name. It'll come back to me later on. I know Evan Carter's injured, but this is getting exciting. So I know the Red Sox wanted Jack Leiter, and let's be honest, he probably wanted to play for him, but he's with the Rangers now. We have to get a signing done, and I'm sure we will. Let's expect an overslot deal for Jack Leiter. So it gives us a little less money to work with in the later rounds, but that is okay. Because if you saw my mock draft, I had the Rangers taking Tanner Allen, and he's a college senior, so it actually gives us some financial flexibility, but he's a solid college senior. He actually has a chance to be a prospect, so it's not wasting a pick on a college senior. If we're looking to the second round, the MLB draft is still going on as I am making this video. In my mock draft, I had the Rangers taking Michael McGreevy. The St. Louis Cardinals just took him, so he's off the board. I know one of my fans said Gavin Williams. If he makes it to the second round, that could be an option. He's a flamethrower with a nice breaking ball. Although this is personally me, I get a little nervous about hard throwing starting pitchers because I'm worried that they're just going to end up as relief pitchers. And obviously, if they end up being a relief pitcher, that's not bad because we would have an extremely good bullpen. But obviously, I think starters are still extremely valuable over relief pitchers. But Gavin Williams has a good track record given that he has started in college, say over like a Chase Petty, who is another hard-throwing arm in this draft. So this is an A+ for me off the bat. let's see how the rest of this draft goes. But this is a really good start to the rebuild. It's going to be tough for the next 2 years for the Rangers. We're not going to be winning at the big league club. And by 2 years, I mean this year, next year. We're going to have a top draft pick in next year's draft. Hopefully that gets us another stud player, and it sets us up with the right talent to get out of the rebuilding stage. And it doesn't just start and end with the first overall pick, because even though these guys are uber talented in the first round, there's still only a 50% rate that these guys make the major leagues. I think Jack Leiter has the chance to be an ace at the major league level, but it doesn't start and end with your first round pick. You have to hit on some of your later guys, like the second round, the third round, maybe the sixth round, or you find some high schoolers in the 15th round. I like what the Rangers have done when they have signed guys like Sam Huff and Ricky Vanasco. Sam Huff with the 7th rounder, he's our 2nd overall prospect now. We signed Ricky Vanasco. He was a 15th rounder for us. He's our 3rd best arm in the farm system. He's injured right now with Tommy John, but it just shows that once he's done with Tommy John and healthy, he could be a stud for us as well. Obviously, there isn't a lot of chance of success with that model, but if you take like a college senior, there probably isn't a lot of chance for success with that model either, and there's not a lot of high reward. But with drafting those high schoolers, you have a chance for a high reward, and I mean, the chance for success is probably about the same. But getting back to Jack Leiter, I'm super happy. I'll make a video tomorrow whenever the Rangers draft from rounds 2 to 10, because those rounds have a big determining factor on how this rebuild is going to go, because we need to hit on a decent amount of our draft picks to set this rebuild up in a good way. So with that being said, thanks for staying to the very end of this video. If you liked it, please give that thumbs up down below. And wouldn't it be cool if somehow Jack Leiter actually saw this video? So I don't know how that would happen, but I think it'd be cool if he saw this video. But if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'm your #1 source for all things Rangers on YouTube. With that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.